Hi everyone, me again, and the next thing I want to talk to you about, I haven't actually done a video on this yet, but the new alpha arms for the AK, the aluminium ones that is in 7075 T6 anodized in red. Very cool indeed. Just going to show you a quick comparison of this compared to the brass one. They're pretty much the same, it's just the material and the process on how they're made. So we're going to take this really difficult to take apart AK because I have to strip the whole front end off, but we'll get there. So I might speed this up in a bit of a time lapse, I might not, we shall see. So let's get to stripping this rifle. So here you'll see the brass arm. Super easy to get this off. We're just going to take a little posi screwdriver and we're going to pull the wheel off. Out it comes. Here's the original brass one. You can of course see that the aluminium ones, just the way to the process they're made, they are more accurate in terms of the way that they're made. It's just, you know, CNC machining is better than the process that these were done. But you can see it's the same great valve. It actually fits even better. But in terms of the way they function, it's exactly the same. So there we go. And you'll see there's pretty much no hop in there, 0. I have been getting messages off people saying, well, I've got this set to 0 and I'm over hopping heavy BBs, and they'll send you a picture. So that's 0. But then I'll get sent a picture and the arm, you can clearly see the arm's down, which of course, you know, the nub's going to be down there. You should, I mean, I think it speaks for itself, but you know, if you're using these arms, you should be using heavy BBs anyway. With the similar, it also depends on hop rubber. So I did have a customer tell me that he was getting over hop on a certain weight of BB, and I was like, just do me a favour. I said, just take the arm completely out and put it back in the gun. So he did. And the hop rubber he was using, even with 0 pressure off the arm, was over hopping the rounds. So the arm wasn't in there and it was still over hopping. So what you can get is you can get some hop rubbers that are just, they work that well. They provide friction and backspin to BBs even though there's no arm in there. So it's one of them. What I will say is the same setup with the Bavtak nub and the standard arm, which I was predominantly using before. That with the Flamingo, I couldn't, I'd have to use like a 0.43 or above, because it would just, even on 0, you know, you looked in the hop window and it was kind of like that. But, you know, if you're going to be using either the standard arm with one of those nubs or, you know, the alpha arm, use heavier BBs. The gun is more than capable of using it. So, I mean, to me, how useful this setup is, I don't think you should be using anything less than a, you know, like a 3.6 or a 4 anyway. But just because you're going to get added accuracy, you're going to get better consistency with the rounds as well. But, you know, I just thought I'd prove it to you guys. I'll take the brass arm out, put the red arm in. That's all the way off. If I can get this to focus. So yeah, if there's a need for it in future, we could do this arm with even less pressure, but to be honest with you, with it off, it's not really putting any pressure on it anyway. So I think it'd be a hell of a lot of work to get the kind of same results. So for those watching, if you're using this extremely amazing platform, and the AKM is an amazing platform, To be honest, recently I haven't used my MWSs at all, just because this platform is so good. You know, give the gun what it needs. It needs some heavy rounds, heavy balls, and let the rifle do the work for you. And, you know, with this setup at 1 joule, I've applied hopped anything up to like a 0.48. And I know James, you know, Kicking Mustang runs one of these and he does the same. He runs 0.48s. And, you know, at a joule with a 4.8, it just, the platform is just absolutely phenomenal. So I wouldn't endorse such a, you know, a rifle if I didn't think it was good. And it is good. Needs a bit of tweaking out the box like any gun, just in terms of it, you know, you were getting 0 hot pressure with heavy rounds out the box. That's now fixed. I mean, if you want to go and use 0.2s, 0.25s, you know, 0.28s, this, you know, an upgraded setup isn't really going to do anything for you, whether you go with mine or obviously different nubs like the Bavtac one. I know the BBF arms are a bit hit and miss, but yeah, like I said, use heavy balls, give the gun what it needs. I need to get a new scope cam just so I can record my results and show you on camera. But this thing shoots further than I can see, which in my book is a good thing. So we'll put this back together. The Flamingo hot rubber as well is just superb. It really is. Could you be getting more pressure if you're using this arm with a normal mound type nub? Potentially, yes. You know, if you're using like a 9-ball or something, it's not really designed around the 9-ball. I've never give any sort of misinformation or misdirection there as to that, but this rail is a pain in the arse. You see how I have to install it, because the gas tube, the piston's long. You have to install it kind of like at the same time. I really need to get an AKX and add one of those into my collection. Perhaps I need to get this thing on the mill and just adapt this slightly, maybe, you know, create a bit more of a relief. But it is what it is. Once it's set, to be honest, I don't really need to take it apart. The only time it comes apart now is if I'm doing demonstrations with products like this. I can pull this thing down. Is that the wrong screw? No, 2 of these are longer. There we go. Use the right screws, that would be a start, wouldn't it? I mean, this rail is really well made, but in terms of ease of use and disassembly, it sucks. It really does. Also, with the rail above the, I know they've done a new one where the rail above the top cover is much longer, goes all the way back, which is great. But it looks like it suffers from the same issue of actually trying to get the thing on and off. once this thing's on there, it doesn't move, doesn't rock, doesn't rattle, which is exactly what we want. There we go. No movement at all. As many of you that have been asking me when the AKM loaders come in, I've just been so busy with the other products and getting those ready. It's just had to sort of sit on the wayside for a bit. I will get on it. I've got a new version of the loader ready to go. I think I want to take a couple of more tweaks to it. And I'll get some prototypes made. And then we'll put it into production because we need to fill these mags faster, don't we? I can show those that want to know a couple of the prototypes. I can't remember which one's which one worked. But you can see it very much exists. Just need to get it right. So it does work. Just when you look at the MWS loader and the PMag loader and how buttery smooth they are, I mean, I'm not just saying that. I get messages every day saying, I can't believe how easy this thing is to do. The only thing to look out for when you're using those loaders is to make sure that once you fill it all the way up, just take the top round out because you can damage the nozzle. That's the case with any speed loader adapter, the Odin adapters, anything like that. So, but I digress. We'll save it for another video. Thanks for tuning in. That's the new CNC Precision, Jaeger Precision hop arm for the AKM. It's in stock at jaegerprecision.co.uk. You can also get it at Empire Airsoft. It's in stock over there as well. It's also cheaper than the brass arm. The brass arms were $39.99. It's dropped down in price by 25%. It's now $29.99. So it's cheaper for you. The part is go fast red, you know. So thanks for tuning in. And as always, from me and Bench, we'll see you in the next one.